everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nandini and I scored 632 out of 720 in my NEET 2024 examination. But in this video, I'll be talking about our CBSE board examination. I myself gave my board examinations of class 12th in the year of 2023, and particularly in this video, I'll be talking about physical education, which was my additional subject along with my PCB and English. So I myself scored 99 out of 100 in my physical education paper, and in theory paper, along with my practicals, my total overall score was 99 out of 100. So I know that till now you would have seen multiple videos regarding this subject of yours, that how do you score and how do you need to study to score this much. So I very well know that we are so much focused on our main core subjects that we tend to neglect our additional subjects, right? So PHE is the most underrated subject, I would say, that people tend to ignore, but it comprises 100 marks and it is also added in your boards wala percentage. So in this video, I'll be telling you all the tips and the tricks which I used to score 99 out of 100, and which you can also use to, maximize your output in minimum time. Because I know that most of the people start studying PHE 1 week or max to max 2 weeks before the paper. So that was the same case with me also. I was a NEET aspirant, so I was focusing on my NEET rather than my boards, but in my boards I managed to get 96.4%. So keeping it aside, that is not the thing we are talking about here. So without any further wastage, let's get into the video. This was a brief description about me. So what did I do to get this much marks in physical education? So first of all, what you need to keep in mind is that boards ask questions in such a manner which is really very easy to answer in case of physical education, because there are many questions which are just based on common sense. So you need not worry that how will you manage to get the questions, because there will be questions which you will get by your own only. You need not study about them. Okay, so that is one thing. Second thing is that you need to buy a book for sure. Obviously you will need you need to buy a book. I basically preferred the PHE book, which was published by Saraswati publication. So I read that book and the chapters which were there. So I read that book for my PHE examinations for class 12 by Saraswati publication. Then the second thing is that previous year paper is a must. Even if you haven't studied anything yet, like it's like tomorrow is your exam and you haven't studied anything, then the best thing to go for is your previous year papers, because most of the questions are repeated. I might sound a bit you might be a bit astonished that is it true, but yeah, this is a fact that I personally found that most of the questions, like if you do 10-year previous year questions, then most of the questions which you'll get will be somewhat revolving around the same thing only, same topics, same pattern. So yeah, previous year questions are just life savior for that matter of fact. So you can prefer previous year questions. Okay, then again, you need to very well see that what is the pattern of questions that is being asked. Like for every year the CBSE releases a pattern of questions, right? Like for our year, the question paper contained 37 questions. Okay, and then there were certain instructions. So that is not a matter of fact, but the thing is ki when the CBSE releases that sample paper, now you should go through it, then you'll get an idea that how the questions are going to come, what percentage will be that of MCQs and what will be that of one word answer, and how many questions will be of 3 marks and 5 marks and so on. Okay, so you need to go through that sample paper, and previous year paper though is a must. Even if you don't do anything, just go with the previous year papers. Last 10 years paper will be enough, and that basically even I used. I also saw the papers, and then I went for the examination. Now the third thing is 80-20 rule, which means that 80% of the questions comes from 20% of the syllabus. So again, I'm saying that this you will get to know when you will analyze the previous year papers. So do analyze the previous year papers. That will help you a lot. because you will get to know the topics which are getting repeatedly asked, and you will prepare accordingly. So the 80% of the questions will come from the 20% of the syllabus. Now the next thing is that obviously you are writing the board's papers, right? So you need to keep in mind your presentation skills and answer writing skills. Even if you are not very much confident with your answer, you need to present it in such a way that the teacher should feel that you know something. Okay, so presentation skills matters a lot for board examination. I personally scored 96.4%, and I really inculcated this habit in me that I used to underline after every question. See, you need to impress the invigilator or your examiner, right? You need to impress the examiner because he or she is already checking so many of the copies. So if your copy is clean and it properly written, then there are high chances that you will end up getting good scores, really good scores. Okay, and the teacher will even neglect small mistakes of yours. So yeah, this is a very, I should say, a very critical thing which you should keep in your mind, that you need to underline after every question. Okay, you need to underline your fill in the blanks wala things, and have a good handwriting. It's not like that you start with some writing and you finish up your paper with some other writing. So you should not do that. So be very careful with your answer writing and presentation skill. And the last thing I would say is that common sense also. Like, I'll be analyzing this paper of mine of 2023 PHE. You can see over here, this was provided to us at the center, so I have it with me till now also. So you'll see that common sense also plays a very great role in PHE paper, that there are certain questions which you will get by common sense only. So you need not worry that what will happen and what will not happen. There will be questions which will just see and say that this is the common sense wala question. So you need not worry about that. And now let's jump into the analysis of the paper. So yeah, this was my set 4. Okay, now let's get into the paper. So here, general instructions. Again, I was saying about this thing only, that this you get at the website. You get the sample paper and all the things and instructions are written. So you need to keep it in mind from prior only, that so that it's not new for you in the examination. So these were the general instructions, and the paper comes in Hindi and English both. I got in Hindi and English both. And there are questions for visually impaired candidates. Okay, and all questions are compulsory. Section A. So this was my question. So this is the really basic. See, I was saying Bhujangasana, this is really basic. So everything like this was, I'll just give you all an overview if you all can see this. Now here I got one assertion reason question, and you need to keep in mind that every question comprises the same marks. That is, here it is 1. So even if you attempt this question or this question, you're going to get only 1 mark. So yeah, you need to see, this is the paper. Okay, this is the paper. So the year and all, though, again I'm saying year and all, though you keep in you have to study only, not how will you remember it. But yeah, again, the memory is really very volatile with the case of physical education. So I would suggest you that whenever is your paper, you should start studying 1 week before. That will be sufficient, more than enough. Because if you study from 1 month prior to the examination, it might happen that you may tend to forget, because you have to study with your physics, chemistry, biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, or even arts and commerce students also take PHE as their additional subject. I know that also. So you'll be busy with your core subjects. So you just need to start studying it before 1 week of the exam. So yeah, this was the pattern. I got March the correct, and then this one. So this is the very basic question. Biology people know this, they study in their bio subject also. So I was saying now that there are questions with just common sense only, you will be able to get it right. Now 18 questions were 1 mark. Here the question is. Now coming to the section B, attempt 25, and you need to just study the instructions very carefully. And accordingly, see, here it is 1 plus 1. So there will be 1 mark for briefly explaining, and the 2 factors will contribute half plus half marks. That will be the 1 mark. So that's the marks distribution criteria. So you have to attempt any 5 questions. So just do that. Okay, any 5. And then again, section C, attempt any 5 questions. See here, the marks distribution is given. So the teachers give marks accordingly only. So these are the things. You are getting option to choose. So that's a very, you get an edge over there. Now see, section D, internal choices are available. You really need to very carefully read the questions. Sometimes people gets confused and then they end up getting less marks because they just get confused and then they tend to skip questions. So you need to keep in mark. See, this is a 4-mark question, right? So you need to answer all the 4. And then again, I had put up a line over here so that I could distinguish, because see, the spacing is so less that you may tend to get confused. So yeah, here it is. Or is written with this one, not with A, B, C and everything. And this is the like this is the question. You answer the following question. This is for 4 marks, right? So this or is like internal choices. This or is between these two and not with this and this, right? So you need to keep in mind that how you need to answer, because people may believe that if you'll answer this then you'll get 4 marks. No, that's not the case. You have to answer A, B, C, and in D you have got a choice. I hope it's visible. Okay, so you need to answer accordingly. And then again, some picture based questions were there in our paper. Again, or is for this one, not with this whole. And then for visually impaired, and then for the section E is there. Section E comprises the highest marks. But it used to comprise the highest marks in our year, that is 2023, and you have to attempt any 3 questions, so you can do it accordingly. Then that is a really that I found out, like, it's one of the best things that to provide options. It really makes it easy for you. And then the paper got over. So I hope that I was able to explain that how you need to strategize things in case of physical education, and you need not take much burden and pressure with that. You will pass it easily, and you will pass it with really good marks. And as far as my marks are concerned, 99 out of 100 I got. 1 mark I don't know where it got deducted, but because I attempted all the questions correctly, because when I came home I matched my answers and they were all correct. So I don't know where I lost 1 mark, but it's okay. I did not go for paper correction. I was pretty satisfied with my result. So I hope that you all also come out with flying colors. And if you liked my channel, so do like, share and subscribe and comment. It really motivates me. And if you want further videos also regarding physics, chemistry, biology, English, so do let me know. I'll put up videos regarding them also. So yeah, now all the very best. And go and rock your examination. Meet you soon in the next video. Thank you.